Hey everybody, this is Dr. J, Professor Spike, Kamal, and Arjun, singing live from various places in Long Island, various places in the Northeast. How's everyone doing today on Wall Street?
Pretty
I mean,
pretty
it's
good.
little green today, not much, just a little.
Some green shoots?
Well, we have a 3-day weekend, so there's a lot of opportunity
Yep.
Yeah,
for both good and bad stuff.
Platinum is glimmering today. It's glimmering.
Platinum is glimmering, yes.
But yeah,
the,
my
the,
other play.
bull, the Bulls are hoping for that Team Trump has some kind of good news about China over the
Yeah.
weekend. Maybe Sunday, on Easter Sunday, there'll be an announcement. And that would be nice.
Maybe you got a 3-day weekend to build up to
So
that.
what would be a scenario of him saying something nice? Like what? Like he's gonna remove the tariffs, like make it from 125 to like 100?
Who knows?
I mean, he has been talking about having meetings. So whenever you have meetings, at least it gives him a way to save face when he makes a change.
Wall Street would have been even more negative this week if not for the hope of a deal of some kind.
So you think they know something,
Yeah,
or they're expecting something?
yes. I'm half expecting something over the weekend.
Nobody told me anything, man. I'm glad somebody
Yeah,
told
right.
me anything.
All your connections,
I got no connections.
all of your connections didn't say whether or not to.
All I know my top tier connection is Dr. J.
I'm really unhappy about the nvda situation,
Yes.
restricting Chinese access.
Well, it hit all the chips.
That Chinese will find a back door to get it.
Well, that's not going to help. That's not going to help the PR and the public face of what's happening.
Yes,
I mean, it's not like if Nvidia shows extra profits and it's like, where do these profits come from?
you sold it to another country.
Customer X.
Yeah, and I'll show more sales to country X, even though country X isn't keeping it all.
Country
Yeah,
XI.
wouldn't it be nicer if the company got its own markup?
Yeah.
Is that country going to be called XI or just X?
That's a good one.
Very funny. Very funny.
All right, so Arjun, you want to take it over? Let's take a look at SPY.
Yeah, you got to pass it to me.
I didn't do
Pass me
that.
the baton.
Got to pass that
Well,
ball.
I did that. Add to the stage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be largely same story as last time, but we can look at the charts.
Is it yours yet? No.
Probably soon. Hopefully.
Does that look right?
It'll take a sec to load probably, but it'll come on.
Hope so. I don't know what's going on. I got a funny looking screen, I'll tell you that much.
Let me see.
Now I see you bigger, guys.
What happened?
Now I see your face.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, I can see that.
By the way,
Yeah, I mean, this is.
I watch our shows afterwards on the big screen, and it's really very nice on the big screen. I recommend viewers put it up on the big screen on the TV. Really nice.
Yeah, get some
Like
popcorn.
Yeah.
Get some popcorn and look at these beautiful charts. I agree.
Yep, and they really look nice.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is kind of the same story that I was seeing last time. Like we mentioned that the 50-day crossed below the 200 for the first time in a couple of years. I mean, the last time that, I think it's called like the death cross or something, happened in March of 2022. And you can see that it led to this fairly prolonged dip that then eventually corrected itself. So yeah, my general thought here has been 20-day now has been what I've been somewhat shorting in like a small way anytime it gets up there. Because we've mentioned this many times. I think Omar had predicted that it'll probably make some kind of double bottom near where it went, 480-ish, before it reaches new heights. And
that is a prediction.
It's a prediction. It could happen. It could not. Obviously, this is all just an opinion. But I think the more important thing is what has been talked about with like what would be catalyst for these things. And I think the 90-day tariff pause, at the end of that 90-day period, something will happen and we'll see. But yeah, I still think this market is kind of in a guilty until proven innocent is sort of the way I'd describe it, because the general trend is still down. And so, I mean, we need some sort of news to come out to shift, I think, this downward sloping 20-day.
Maybe we'll get some good news over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Easter Sunday, why not?
That would be nice.
It's also 420 for all the people that, do that. So could be a special day there. Yeah, so I don't think there's a whole lot more to say here. We've looked at this chart a bunch the last few times. Personally, I don't trust it until it can close above the 20-day.
And the 20-day is at what level now?
The 20-day currently is at 543.
Yeah.
And
we're in 526, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's got a ways to go.
Well, don't worry. The 20-day will go down to meet
it. Yeah, I'm fading the pops in the short run, but I think medium long, it still looks fine.
I'm more bullish and more enthusiastic right now about Bitcoin. I think the chart is showing a lot of relative strength.
Yeah, I agree. Last time we looked, it looked like it was at pretty nice support flagging. Yeah, I mean, this is really nice here. The support that it, let me draw this line here. The support that it hit here was really key.
Absolutely.
That was 7,400.
Exactly, yeah. And then since then, it's like started to look like it's on the rebound, flagging up. In
the last few days, it looked like it was forming a bull flag.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. The only worrisome thing
is this the weekly that you have?
This is daily.
Daily?
It's a year.
Yeah. So
maybe
maybe
I'm thinking of MicroStrategy's chart because I don't see the bull flag there.
So Arjan, it's already above the 20 moving day average, right?
Yeah, which I like. It closed above it.
Yes. And what is that red line? I can't see. What is that?
The red is the 50. So the 50 did cross below the 200, but not in this worrisome way that the S&P did, because the 20 is starting to flatten out. So I think it looks better than the S&P for sure. I mean,
I'm keeping my 140 price target.
140,000.
Yep.
I know it will be 140 and 200, but when? That's the question is when? Like by when?
By the
months, years?
I would say by August.
Oh, wow.
August 2025?
Yes.
Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah. I mean that would be a 50% pop, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's look at MSTR while we're on that.
I think that's the one that was flagging.
But I mean, this looks good. Like, I think, this has more because the lows were higher. I think that's the key.
Well, maybe I was looking at a different time frame. I'm confused.
This is the daily. I mean, on the weekly here, maybe. Sorry, this every time I change the view, it conks out. Maybe that's what you're looking at.
I don't know. It looked like.
Either way, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good in any event. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what I was looking at.
What is that line that your flag? What is this line? What is that
The
moving
red.
average? No, not the
The
red. The one
red
above
is it's the 20 week and the 50 week.
Okay, so it wouldn't be in between them the past like couple of months,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Stuck
kind of
in
just pinballed between them. Yeah,
Right. Pancaked.
exactly. And yeah, I mean, the 50 week has been fantastic support here. So
Yeah, but the last couple of candles look healthy, I'm thinking.
yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I'm pretty, I mean, compared to the S&P, I'm bullish crypto in the short run for sure. It looks good.
All right, take a look at something you like. Maybe one of your platinum plays.
Yeah, this one has had a good run recently. I took a little bit off the table just because it's kind of exploded the last few
Yeah, no, it
days.
has.
But
It's been a good week for you. Good week.
yeah. So, I mean, but I do see, there's clearly some resistance coming up at the high end. So I don't want to pretend like this is going to be a straight line up. But what I do think is this could make a little cup and handle. And then my price target here remains this 750 level. But it's going to struggle once it gets to 6. It'll struggle once it gets to 7. And it's going to struggle right now, I think, because of resistance up here at the 515, 520-ish level. But I like this one quite a bit for a variety of reasons. And it has good support. I'm buying pullbacks to the 20 day.
As always, for your own due diligence, our opinions strictly our own, not investment advice. That goes for Arjun and all of us and our guests.
What else do we want to look at?
The usual suspects, NVIDIA, or it's under attack.
Yeah, because we don't have any viewers today. No one's requesting anything.
I think Linus is here, yeah.
Oh, true.
We have 2 people watching.
Oh, that's good. Well, yeah. So then here, I mean, this has been pretty rough the last couple of days. Yeah, I'm not super optimistic on this in the short run. If it came back down and made a double bottom here, that would seem reasonable, right? I mean, get down to 85, 86, because today's candle was no bueno.
Yeah. I think it will. I think unless there's positive development over the weekend. I think
you might.
Next week will be more of the same for NVIDIA and the stocks, right?
Yeah, you may see a little bit of a W type of thing here. Down, up, down.
Are you still playing SOXS?
Yeah, let's look at that. I've been in and out of these. I don't really have much right now, but
I made some money on SOXL, the long. But I was an overnighter, and I caught the 25% gainer,
And then you bailed?
Yeah, I bailed.
Yeah, I mean, with this one, I like it's similar to what we saw with NVIDIA. Like, if you just flip it on its head, it seems like you can buy the 50-day moving average if you like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is whether or not this is just a temporary hit. Or
right.
Whether or not this is going to be, the way it is in terms of the business model.
Right.
Because that is some red candle.
Yeah. No, for sure. But this is the bear. Yeah, these are the bear shares. So
SOXS.
Yeah, this is SOXS. So the red The red is bullish because it's the inverse.
Yeah. You can, I mean, traders are making it both ways on SOXS and SOXL, in and out.
Yeah, I mean it's volatile for sure. I'm bullish. Well, I guess I'm bearish this right now because I like this chart. I think that it has some room to run back up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Palantir was recommended by, or sorry, not recommended, requested by K Indonesia.
Okay.
Very nice chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's running into a little bit of resistance, but it's,
It looks like it's heading back to the highs.
yeah, it seems as such. I mean, it's flagging nicely, higher lows.
You want to take out the other high more
Yeah.
decisively.
Yeah, if
Run.
this gets to 100, then it'll quickly go back to
It has a
120.
Kamal gap fill at I don't know what number that is, but
Yeah, the gap's right around 100. So if it can just get back to 100, I think it could run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the level right there. 99.30. Let's see what the low is there. Yeah, 90. 99.32. That's the magic number.
I think it's almost a very safe bet at this point to buy some MAGS.
Yeah.
Magnificent 7 ETF. You're getting all 7 of them averaged in, and
Right.
I think a lot of stock has come out, so it looks like a good rebound play.
Yeah, let's look at it here.
You're not in the sun? A lot of things spitting on
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's good support here, fairly good. But I mean, this is similar to like all of the charts we're looking at. It looks like it might need to pull back a little and then
Well, it's
run.
pretty close to a double bottom right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, what a lot of the charts seem to suggest is next week will be bearish, but then after that, we may start to have a little more luck in May.
It looks to me like if you have any kind of long-term perspective, MAGS is a good buy.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Interest rates, TLT is still doing nothing.
Yeah, we can look at it, but I don't think it's going to be too interesting. Yeah, it's just consolidating, flagging. I don't know.
The interesting stock today is the 8th Mag 8. Netflix had good earnings, so it was up after hours.
Netflix. Oh yeah, wow, 5% bump after hours.
Remember, I said I wanted to play the earnings on this. I just didn't.
Were you bullish?
Yeah, I was bullish Netflix.
I mean, this is one of the better charts for sure that we've seen. This and
I told you on the show I want to add. I don't know if I told you. I told Professor Spike maybe that I wanted to add Costco and Netflix to my portfolio. I didn't get around to doing it.
Yeah, I have Costco. I don't have any Netflix.
Can you check Meta?
Sure. But yeah, Netflix is actually one of the better charts I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's very strong.
That and TGTX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Meta, it looks like it fell out of its uptrend pattern. The issue here is you better hope it double bottoms there, because if it doesn't, it can get pretty ugly pretty quick. But I mean, it's near this level that if you're bullish, then you can probably start nibbling this pretty soon.
I think they were counting on banning TikTok, and I think there was a ban maybe April 14th or something, and it didn't go through, so that's why we lost.
Also, they're talking about Instagram spinoff, right? Congress having hearings. Zuckerberg is testifying, about antitrust.
Yeah. So Indonesia wanted to look at PANW and CrowdStrike. I haven't thought of in a while, so I'm curious to see that. But this one, I mean, I kind of like the level it's at. Granted, I think it might go down a bit before it comes back up, but I like that this low that it put in the last time it dipped held. So, I mean, if we think next week might be bearish or the week after, then I think the next dip here looks pretty promising.
There's a lot of really good stocks that have come down a whole lot. So it's great if you're in cash and can nibble.
What does this company do again? I don't know.
Palo Alto?
Yeah, what do they do?
Same as CrowdStrike.
Oh, same. Okay, so it's like cybersecurity stuff.
Very similar. I don't know if it's the same, but
yeah, I mean it's below the 200-day, and if you like this one, you can probably start to buy some of it soon. I personally might
traded this successfully about 3-4 times.
Yeah, Crowd I would assume looks similar. Let's take a look.
Right,
I mean,
come
if
on.
these are gonna
You made money in and out 3 or 4 times.
Multiple times. In fact, I make really good money when I don't hold it long.
Yeah. I mean, this chart I think is even better, honestly. It looks like it has a more reliable uptrend. Yeah, this one, it looks like you might be able to just buy on a pullback to the 20. It's very solid.
I think both could be bought, nibbled at.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this chart I like better, but I mean, I don't know much about the companies and what they, if they do similar stuff, then.
Both great companies.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
so many good companies that are selling at bargain prices.
Yeah, I'll do one more and then we can do some closing thoughts. Celsius was asked for by the gift. And yeah, I mean, it's been riding this nice uptrend recently.
It looks like it's trying to form a cup and handle.
Yeah. You might get a little pullback here before it goes back up, but yeah, I mean it looks like the 20-day here has been perfect trend line. I don't even need to draw it.
This one looks like it could reverse all the way to the top.
Yeah, let's see what it does when it gets to 40, but I think you're right. I think if it pulls back there, it might rebound nicely.
To me, it's extremely bullish stock in the face of a down market this week. It did nice. It did really good.
Yeah, and I think that the 50-day, once it crosses back up past the 200, it might really rocket. That's coming soon, it looks like. Very soon. Maybe a couple.
I don't own this one, but I might actually consider it.
Yeah, I might be interested the next pullback, if there is one. I mean, maybe it's time to just nibble. But yeah.
Amazon, Meta, and Apple all still look weak, relatively weak.
Yeah, we looked at Apple and Meta, but yeah, let's look at Amazon and then we can call it a day.
Yep.
Bro.
Yeah, weekday from Amazon. It may be trying to double bottom. Like, I mean, a lot of these charts are telling us the same thing, that I personally am seeing this bottom from 10 days ago as being in play to come back.
I'm going to go back to your conversation, Arjun, of the other day. where you said you're looking for a break in the correlation of Bitcoin to the NASDAQ.
Yep.
I'm beginning to see that. I'm beginning to think that Bitcoin is being viewed as a little bit of a safe haven during rocky times.
Yeah, I hope you're right, because I've been waiting for this for about 3-4 years now. It's always been on my mind, but it hasn't been true.
I want to see Bitcoin become viewed as both a risk on and risk off play.
Yeah, I want it to operate independently from the traditional indices. I agree.
Oh, you want to bring it on home now?
Yeah, let's stop sharing and then we can do quick closing thoughts and
All right.
everyone can have a nice long weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think what I'm generally seeing is I think there's a little more pain in the short term, but I think that double bottom that we're seeing on a lot of those charts, I'm going to become pretty bullish there.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know
what
why there's a big picture of me.
Yeah.
All right, so final thoughts. We lost Professor Spike, so I don't know what his final thought is. Kamal, final thought?
I think that despite all the analysis and all the charting, the biggest catalyst is what Trump does, what this administration does with the tariffs with China and other countries. You know, this is hurting the market a lot and hurting many people's 401ks and portfolios.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, they're no longer 401ks. They're more like 301ks, right?
Yeah.
101.
101. All right, John?
Yeah, I mean, I continue to just think that there's more downside in the short run, but I think when we do go back down to the levels we saw on the initial tariff scare, I think it's smart to go long there, at least for short to medium term.
I think at this point, either begin to nibble or hodl. That's
Yeah.
fine. All right, adios, amigos. Thanks for coming. Subscribe, give us a like, please. Ciao.
Thank you.
Take care, bye.
Thank you.